welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing 7 DIY school supplies, and they are super cute and most of these are super easy. Let's just get into the video. So for this first DIY, I'm taking my notebook and a piece of large construction paper, and I'm just taking my pencil to trace around the outline of the notebook, and then I'm going to cut it out. Then you can glue the construction paper onto the cover of the notebook and make sure it fits nicely, and if there are a few edges that go over the outside of the notebook, you can just take some scissors and cut them off. So for the next part, I just found these little pictures online and I just printed them out, and I'm going to cut them out and then I'm going to arrange them onto my notebook the way I want them to be. So once I have them all organized, I'm going to take a pencil and draw on the back of the picture the shape of a triangle, and then I'm going to cut these out on each of the pictures, and some are going down, some might be going up. And this is just a design that I liked with mine, so now I'm just going to make sure I glue them down. As you guys can see, I have a few edges that are going over the sides of the notebook, so I'm just going to cut them off, and I trim them down to make sure I see a little bit of white, and that is your finished notebook. So DIY number 2 is another notebook, and I'm just going to start by painting the front cover of my notebook, and I chose pink. So after a lot more coats and letting it dry, I'm going to start by painting a yellow oval circle shape on the front. After letting the circle fully dry, you're going to take some darker yellow paint and outline the circle, and then draw some diagonal lines going both ways on top. So after, I'm going to take my bright green paint and I'm going to start to paint the leaves on top, and if you guys couldn't already tell, this is going to become a very cute pineapple. But you guys can draw whatever fruit you want to, or even if it's not a fruit, you guys can draw whatever you want. Get creative with this. So after letting the base of the pineapple dry, I'm going to take some black paint and draw 2 little circles and a mouth, and then afterwards I'm going to go in with some white paint and draw little dots on the eyes just to add a finishing touch. And this is your finished notebook, and I think it looks super cute. So for the third DIY, I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and I'm going to start by painting the metal part of the tip of the pencil. I don't remember what you call it. Then I'm going to dip it in my glitter, and you guys can use whatever glitter you want for this, but I chose pink for the first one. And then you can repeat these same steps as many times as you want for as many pencils as you want, and this time I decided to use some silver glitter. So for DIY number 4, you're going to take your pencils and some paint, and you're going to start by painting the whole pencil in the color paint of your choice. Then after they are dry, I'm just going to take a Sharpie, and this would probably work a lot better with a thin tip Sharpie, but I'm taking a Sharpie and writing some inspirational little quotes on the ends of the pencils. So first, I'm going to take an empty cereal box and my ruler, and I'm just going to start by drawing a straight diagonal line from the top of the box to about a third of the way down the box, and then you're just going to connect these lines all the way around the sides. And I'm just taking an X-Acto knife and cutting it out. After cutting everything out, I'm going to take the bottom part of the box, and this is the part that you are using for the actual DIY, and I'm just going to take some colored paper and start to trace and cut the paper to match the size of the box. Once this is all cut out, I'm going to take some Mod Podge and cover the front of the box in it, and then I'm going to stick on the paper and match it up. And I'm going to continue to repeat this process for all of the sides of the box. Once all the paper is covered the box, I just took some washi tape and decided to decorate the rest of the box, and you guys can continue to decorate with whatever you want. This is an optional step, but I think this looks super cute, and this is your finished product. So for the next DIY, which is going to be a bookmark out of origami, I'm going to take my paper and make an even square with my ruler. And if you guys already have origami mini square paper, that is perfect for this. So after, I'm going to take my square and trace another square that is the same size onto the paper and then cut this out. So you're going to have two of the exact same size squares. So then I'm going to take both of my papers and I'm going to be folding them in half, and then I'm going to flip it over and fold the corners up to the top corner of the triangle to make it look like a diamond. Then I'm going to unfold these and going to fold down not both of the layers but the first layer of paper there to fold it down to the corner so you have this weird shape. And then I'm going to tuck in the other ends of the triangle that we folded before up to the top to make it a diamond, and it's really hard to explain this, but you can probably see what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to take my bookmark and a piece of construction paper and I'm going to trace around a bigger triangle, and then I'm going to draw some squiggly lines and cut this out because this is going to make the top of the ice cream cone. So now I'm just going to glue this on the folded parts of the bookmark, and you have the basic ice cream cone and you can add any other details you want. Like I took a Sharpie and drew a face and some lines to make it look like a cone. And then you are done. So for the seventh and final DIY, I'm going to take a toilet paper roll and some construction paper and mark the top of the toilet paper roll so I know the size, and then I'm going to take a ruler and a Sharpie and draw this, and then I'm going to cut it out. So next I'm going to take my glue stick and glue the paper, and then I'm going to start to wrap it around the toilet paper roll until it is completely covered. After that, I'm going to take my scissors and cut off any extra paper along the top and the bottom of the toilet paper roll. So after, I'm going to take some Mod Podge and glue down the little fold just to make sure that everything stays down. For the last step, I'm going to take some paint and start to draw on a face like the one that we drew earlier on the pineapple. And you guys can get creative with this, do whatever you want. And I just really love the way it looks. I think it looks super adorable. So those were 7 DIY school supplies, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys liked it, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, comment down below which one is your favorite and which one you'd like to try. And see you guys in my next video.